Hello, hi, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Jim. We listen to, talk about, and do all sorts of things music-y. Last night, I got to see Big Big Train in concert here in Milton Keynes, about 1.5 miles from my house. Literally a 5-minute drive from home. I've never seen them live before, and so I was very, very, very excited to be able to do this, especially since it's literally on my doorstep. I know how good their music is because I've heard a lot of the records and have listened to a lot of the music. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard all of it, so there's quite a lot to go out there, and if you know my schedule and how much music I have to listen to, it's difficult to sort of get to listen to everything in the time that I want to do it. But, oh boy, am I going back into this rabbit hole. To say that it was an extraordinary night would be an understatement. If you get a chance at all to see this band live, and I know there's only one date left, I think, in the UK, then they're going into Europe. But if you can see them, do not hesitate. The energy, drama, talent, fun, entertainment, musicianship that was on that stage was just through the roof. I could barely comprehend what I was witnessing. The Stables is a really quite a small, intimate venue here in Milton Keynes, and it was set up by Johnny Dankworth and Cleo Lane, who was jazz, really sort of quite big in the jazz scene here. And it is primarily a jazz venue, but it is opened over the years to include much more diverse bands in there. I've seen Wishbone Ash there. I know Solstice have played there very, very recently. I've seen a number of bands there, and it's a lovely venue. As I say, quite small and quite intimate. But if you know how big Big Train is, the stage was a little bit compressed, it has to be said, but they made it work. It was genius. So the 6 full-time members of the band were there, and then there was someone else on the trumpet, and I, for the life of me, can't remember the guy's name. So I'm so sorry. It was announced during the show, though, going through the different members in the band and saying who everybody was, and I thought, oh, must remember that. And it's completely gone, and I've tried Googling it, tried looking up everywhere, and it's not coming up. So I'm really, really sorry. The band themselves, if you're a fan, you already know this. If you're not, are disgustingly talented. Unbelievably talented. There was not one musician on that stage who did not play less than 2 instruments. Everybody sung. Apart from, I don't think Greg did, Greg Sporton, but it may have done actually. But to have 5 or 6 part vocal harmonies, spot on, pitch perfect, was incredible. It was just sensational. The quality of the music, as you know, probably is just unbelievable, but it is taken to a whole new level when it's performed live. It literally is just, I cannot overstate how good it was. I literally cannot. I'll let you know what we've been listening to. So the set list that was played last night, we had 12 tracks, including the encore. Light Left in the Day started off with, had Oblivion from the new album, Beneath the Masts, oh, huge. Skates On, The Last English King. So that's, I don't know that track at all. And when Greg announced it, he said this is really from way back when, from an album that has been long since deleted. Is going to be coming out again as a remix in due course, but I've never heard that before. That was huge. The Transit of Venus Across the Sun, Mirror Mare, Telling the Bees. Oh, Such a good song. Black with Ink, Last 11, and then the final track before the encore was Apollo. And oh my God, did that finish with such a triumphant song. The audience was, it was a seated venue, but by the end of it, everyone was on their feet and they were cheering and dancing and clapping and getting on with it and getting completely involved with the show. And the crescendo, the climax of this was incredible. And Alberto, the singer, was grabbed. They have these little vertical lights dotted around on the stage, and he grabbed on it. He was like waving it around like a lightsaber, as if he was Liam Neeson in the Phantom Menace chasing after Darth Maul, running up and down the sides of this. I digress. It was fun. The band goes off, obviously, it's finished, and then they come back on again for the encore. And the encore was Love is the Light. And it started small, it got big, and it was just wonderful. Audience participation was fun. We were all clapping, joining in, singing the anthemic woo bits and pieces in there. And it went on long after the band had finished, and they just stood there sort of smiling and taking it all in. It was very, very funny, endearing, and lovely. I need to read this because I can't remember the exact pronunciation of people's names, but just to let you know who was in the band that night, or every night, I guess. So we have the new, not so new anymore, singer Alberto Bravin, who's on lead vocals, played a lot of guitar, was playing a lot of keyboards, had the unbelievably talented, scarily talented Nick DeVigilio, primarily on drums, but as a raconteur, entertainer, frontman as well, playing vocals, guitar, jumping around, showing off his trousers. You better believe it. It was all about the pants, apparently. Oscar Holdorf on keyboards at the back. Absolutely phenomenal player. Claire Lindley off to the left-hand side with violin, guitar, vocals, some keyboard. Richard Schloblom at the front on guitars, keyboards, vocals, and then at the back, Gregory Spalton on bass pedals, 12-string guitar, and some introduction to songs as well. But no, he didn't sing. So there was another player on the stage. As the guy was playing the trumpet, and he sort of did a bit of sort of shaky egg stuff as well. But as I say, I can't remember his name, so I am very, very apologetic about that. There were a few recognisable faces in the audience as well. So down at the front was Andy Glass and band members from Solstice. Had a little chat with him at one point, which was lovely. And literally in front of me, in the seat in front, was Pete Trevowers from Marillion. I was going to tap him on the shoulder and say hi, but I didn't think he'd really want to be disturbed. However, I took a photo. I'm going to show it to you or something. This is it. This is proof that Pete Trevowers was there and I was behind him. Is that an invasion of privacy? I don't know. Anyway, I've got to say it is one of the best shows I've seen in a long, long time. And I am absolutely convinced that this is probably one of the best progressive rock bands in the world at the minute. I literally cannot sing their praises high enough. Go and see them. Get their records. I mean, literally just go and see them. If you can, if they're coming near you, don't hesitate. It'll blow you away. I cannot recommend them highly enough. And I've said that enough times, so I'll leave it there. I'll see you all on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. Until then, this is Jim, over and out.